before you have a good, full production. We have plants that's been in the ground for 15 years.
Wow.
Yes, and they're still producing.
And that whole time, it's got its roots in the soil and it's protecting the soil.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It turns out that growing perennial crops is great for the soil. These roots also help the plant access water and minerals deep in the soil so that that plant requires less fertilizer and less water. Because these plants are not uprooted, there's less tilling, a farm practice which can harm soil microbes. Perennial crops block out weeds, so there's less of a need for herbicides. Perennial crops are also great homes for birds, butterflies, and other pollinators, which help all the plants on the farm do better and lower the need for herbicides. The fruit that grows on perennial plants, because these plants tend to be hardier, the fruit is so good for you. So strawberries, olalla berries, raspberries, blackberries are incredibly rich in phytonutrients, those chemical compounds that help our bodies fight cancer and even decrease our risk of diabetes and heart disease. While the roots are promoting healthy bugs in the soil, the berries are doing the same in our gut by promoting a healthy microbiome. 1 cup of berries offers about 1/3 of our daily fiber needs. I like to have mine on a salad or with a scoop of plain Greek yogurt and some chopped almonds or walnuts as garnish. Rosemary is great with roast chicken and squash and potatoes. And rosemary essential oil rubbed on painful joints will help alleviate pain and inflammation. Having a little bit of rosemary extract can help with your digestion. It can also calm you or soothe your nerves just to smell rosemary, so it's also used as an aromatherapy. So it has a lot of more medicinal purposes as well. Given all the ways that perennial crops impact soil health and our health, we want to see more of them. Perennials cover most of the earth but make up only 13% of our cropland. Fruit and nut trees and berry bushes are among the most common types of perennial crops. But what about perennial vegetables? Some in this region include asparagus and artichokes. And in the Midwest, farmers are beginning to experiment with perennial wheat called kernza, which is a cross between a wild wheatgrass and your typical annual wheat. It has twice as much protein and fiber as your standard wheat and a lot more disease-fighting phytonutrients. Perennial plants that have permanent roots in the ground are a win-win-win for the farmer and the soil and eaters like us.
When the COVID pandemic shut down California public schools in 2020, many campuses within the Anaheim Union High School District became food distribution centers. Sabina Jacquemus, a teacher at Magnolia High School, took notice.
We saw how many people needed produce, so we knew that there was a need and a problem that we could solve for our community by building the farm.
The farm is the Magnolia Agri-Science Community Center, or MAC for short. Building it was Anaheim's response to California's ambitious $3 billion initiative to dramatically expand its number of community schools. Public schools that not only educate students, but also provide support and services to the neighborhood as a whole.
What we're standing on used to be an empty dirt lot. Students have identified food deserts as a very real issue that is facing our community, where there's fast food restaurants all around us, but there's not a lot of grocery stores or places for families to go to get organic, healthy foods. And this is contributing to obesity and health issues that we're seeing in our community.
The only foods that are really there for the community are junk food and things that do not benefit or give us any nutritional value. And us as students found community gardens as a very good and efficient solution. I'm seeing the vegetables and fruits being grown in our MAC, the Magnolia Agri-Science Community Center, being taken into our cafeteria. I've also seen it helping families and parents and students by providing them with locally sourced, healthy, nutritious food.
So every month we have this thing called the community dinner. So anyone in the community can come to our school. They could buy our produce. They could taste our produce.
We have boxes that we sell to local communities, to local families that are taking these boxes and they are bringing these foods into their homes. So this is like their quasi grocery store.
For every pound of textiles produced in Indonesia,
The farm feeds the community, but it also helps educate the students. Their instructors are interns from the University of California, Irvine.
They teach lessons around pollination, around sustainable agriculture, around pesticides and runoff, growing food in a changing climate, using UCI science students as our teachers. So it gives them a little teaching experience. It gives us smaller class group sizes to learn about urban farming and sustainable agriculture.
And then the learning that is happening here with our students, they're able to go back and speak to their families, speak to their friends, and we're seeing a ripple effect in terms of making healthier choices.
Sabina Jacquemus believes California's initiative to increase the number of community schools is vital.
In a time right now in America where so many of our schools are building up walls around our schools for safety, it does feel a little bit like we as the community are being pushed away, or what happens inside of schools is secret. And so it is important that we reach out to our communities and let them know we're here, we have resources. Come in, tell us what your community issues are so that we can become an asset and problem solve alongside with you.
That's it for this edition of America's Heartland. For more stories, full episodes, and recipes, visit americasheartland.org or connect with us on Facebook.
You can see it in the eyes of every woman and man in America's heartland, living close to the land. There's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land.
America's Heartland is made possible by
It's really important for AAPI stories to be told.
When we search for who we are.
It's so amazing, the family history I never knew.
When the journey.
This was the beginning of our journey to seek the American dream.
Brings us home.
Just getting those stories out there, that can be a very powerful thing.
World. Breaking through.
If you take a moment, you can see the world change.
Massive attacks using missiles and drones.
Stories that link all of us. Make sense of our lives. So we can move forward. Widening horizons.
Next time on Stories from the Stage, Laughing Matters.
And my coach starts walking down the line of the bench, and he grabs my jersey and said, "Brown, get in." I looked up and I said, "You sure?"
This is Boston, and you put mulch in your garden in December? Can you even buy the mulch in December?
This was the mid-90s, when my only means of survival as a new middle school kid was to not scare anyone away with my first and last name. Take a breath, feel the heat.
There's something about walrus, an animal we all recognize, yet one that few have ever seen.
This is like a dream come true.
These islands of ice are their sanctuaries. As Arctic temperatures rise, I wonder how walruses will cope in an ice-free world, and how baby orphans like this one will survive.
Ahead on This American Land.
The river smelled like garbage.